Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Dritte Liga. We are in Bielefeld for the match between Arminia Bielefeld and Freiburg 2 on matchday 6 of this still relatively new campaign. Schuko Arena near enough full to its capacity, around 26,500. And as you can see, it's in the ground, working and ready to go on this Saturday afternoon in Germany. See, it's a 4-4-2 or maybe a 4-2-2-2 chosen by Mikel Nyat for Arminia Bielefeld. Jonas Kasken, of course, in goal. Opi, Govka, Belkaya, Ilan at the back four. Shrek and Vol, 19-year-old, joining him in the centre of the park. Noski, Yildirim on the wings. Yankari and Winsheimer up front. Freiburg 4-1-4-1. That is favoured formation of Thomas Stam. It's Yasso Jantunen who has in his place between the sticks for Freiburg 2. Of course, the injury to their regular number one. Last time out, Benjamin Uphoff went off injured. Teenager Lauren Mack came in his place, but it is an even younger man, Jantunen, who will perform goalkeeping duties on this match day 6, 18 years of age to max 19. Beautiful day in Bielefeld, and hopefully a beautiful match of football to enjoy for those fans in the stands. Freiburg have made the 500 or so kilometre journey up from the southwestern corner of the country. There's far less distance between the two sides in the current standings. They've had disappointing starts to the campaign. Surprisingly disappointing ones, considering Arminia have come down from the second tier. And Freiburg too ended last season second in this division. Of course, unable to be promoted as a reserve team. He came into this season having suffered back-to-back relegations. Surely desperate to arrest the slump and start off on the right foot in the third tier, with a few wins to set them on a trajectory towards earning promotion. It really hasn't gone that way so far. Started off with a 3-1 loss to Dynamo Dresden. The first home match was promising, with a 4-0 thrashing of rivals Preußen Münster. It was followed by another loss, 1-0 away at SSV Ulm. See, that hasn't dampened the atmosphere inside the Schuko Arena. They're optimistic. See, something a little more familiar has been the case in the past, and was the case on match day 2. And consecutive score draws in the last 2 matches for today's hosts. 1-1 with Jan Regensburg and then Victoria Cologne last time out. Surely these players desperate to earn themselves a second win of the season here. Move up from what is currently 15th in the standings. It's 1 point above the relegation zone. Similarly, Freiburg too been optimistic about the coming campaign, finishing as runners-up, just 1 point off champions SV Elversberg. It's been an even worse start for them. Nightmare opening 5 games without a win. The bottom of the pile with just 2 points so far. This came from a 1-1 draw with Duisburg, goalless stalemate with Unterhaching on match day 3. And that it's been a loss to Borussia Dortmund 2. Painful 3-2 loss to Berl. They twice gave away the lead. There's Maximilian Bräunig on the score sheet there. Brace, but still his side coming away. Nothing to show from that match. Today's referee, Asad Nuhum, with 2 captains for the pre-match admin. The final moments, the final team talks. All the work done off the pitch, now they have to do it on it. Both sides really desperate to get their season up and running. And expectations far higher than they've delivered so far. To see if they can deliver on the promise that is undoubtedly in the squad. It's a very new look squad for Arminia. Basically every member of the starting 11 today joined in the summer. A few more familiar faces for Freiburg. I'm sure they will have got to know each other very well. Of course of training, pre-season, and in these early matches. No excuse left now. Both sets of players will have to deliver. And the referee blows the whistle and away we go. Match day 6 in the Dritte Liga. Arminia Bielefeld take on Freiburg 2. Arminia in their red and white, rather blue and white, apologies, shooting from right to left as we watch on in this first half. Freiburg, of course, in red and white. There is number 18, Adi Al-Gadioui, left out of the starting 11 for the previous match. It's back on for what he will hope is a full 90. Freiburg, only a bit of defending to do. Arminia to spring an early surprise, flicked into the box and comfortably through to Jantunen. Young Finn with a reassuring first touch of the ball. It's important for everyone on the pitch, particularly the goalkeeper, particularly just 18 years of age. Going long, not finding Breunig, does put a bit of pressure onto Kersken. More experienced, keeper down the other end. Mistakes the pressure of the striker. It's back with Arminia here. Yeah, doing his part in the technical area. Just about keeping that in there. Good work from Kersken. Preventing what would have been a needless corner early on. Slightly cautious first couple of minutes. Sides to figure each other out. Wanting to be the player to make that any mistake that sets their off on the wrong foot, particularly with the way things have been going so far in this campaign for both. Space here on the right. Lanet to exploit, still going, gets it off. Fullback continues his run into the box. Nice ball in. White. Biancardi. Potential early opportunity. This was out for the hosts. Give away a free kick. Touchdown. Controlling the sideline. Early in the season, but perhaps pressure starting to mount a little. Both fans have been hoping their reserve team go one better, take the title. Certainly hasn't been working out that way so far. Riopi left back, out for a throw. Coming from Hanover to this summer. As I said, kick-off. It's a all new look. Bielefeld clearly. Decision made to pretty much start with a clean slate this campaign after those back-to-back relegations. Views as you'd expect in the side. Cross there for everyone in the middle. Left by Antonin. Certain no one was coming in behind. Yeah, look foolish. Sunny day for Cooper to contend with at this end of the pitch. The baseball cap deemed necessary by the teenager. Throw to his box. Come to be dealt with by Freiburg. And that delivery from the right. Decent area. Over the head. Nicholas Shipnowski in the middle. Just a little too much on it. First, Freiburg tend to pass it around the back a little with those possession stats. Massive hurry. Send the ball forwards. Work their way nicely here down the left wing. Johansson, it's not totally dealt with, might find its way through. Quite for Roinig. A brace. 3-2 loss on matchday 4, as mentioned. Bad start to the season for him. Of course, would have been wanting more as a team. Strikers, whilst pleased to get on the score sheet twice, going to feel the same if you come out with no points at the end of it. Some joy down this left wing. Through ball, is it going to be just too much asked of Mika Bauer? Young legs, 19-year-old. Yeah. Recovery. To be in trouble momentarily, but covering well. Centre back. Toe poke. Pick up. The stumble just before. Discussions on the sidelines. It's been, I have to say, Freiburg have been slightly on top in these early stages. A little more threatening and a little more composed on the ball. Chance though, some possession of their own. Going back to Kaskin. Freiburg had a huge amount of silverware during their long history. West German Cups in 1966 and 74. 5 Westphalian Cups, the first in 1908, the most recent in 2013. An old club. Have spent many seasons in the top division. Historically a club to yo-yo between first and second tiers. Arminia spent 5 consecutive seasons in the Bundesliga, both in the 80s and the noughties. It's never finish of 8th. It feels a world away now. Find themselves in the 3rd tier. Do some defending here. Patiently passed around on the edge of the area by Freiburg. Could this be the opener? No, it's over the head in the middle. And the second chance does find its way into the net. And it's all gone wrong once again for Arminia. And it's Joel Bixel who puts the visitors in front. You can hear the atmosphere in the stadium has just died completely. That early optimism becomes that sinking feeling once again. Miguel Niat looks on. He's disbelieving that it's happened again. Danger looked to have passed. All in. Partially cleared. Then bundled home by the defender. Jonas Kiersken rooted to the spot, maybe unsighted. The wall of players in front of him from both sets of players. See the frustration from the keeper there. Arminia find themselves behind once again. That is just what Freiburg needed. Clear already how much this game is going to mean to both clubs. They know they will be up against it. And losing to what is surprisingly for both a fellow struggler. And somewhat set the narrative for a season. Don't turn around a game like this. Use it to turn around your season. Arminia looking to strike straight back to Biancardi. Again with the number 17, but once again overhit. Cross in the direction of Shupnowski. As has been the case for much of this 23-24 campaign. Bielefeld struggling to find the final ball. It's that cutting edge in attack they've been lacking. Composure from Arna. Back to take it round his opposite number. So important to be able to play out from the back as a defender these days. That is the way football has gone. Now required to be almost as good with their feet as they are with their hands. Low pass, perhaps flicked on, maybe just missed the head. On its way, Johansson. Petering out though before it really got going. Is one of the newer members of this Freiburg 2 team from Sevilla in the summer. A member of Bayern Munich's youth setup as well. It's just his second appearance. Thomas Stamm allowing him to find his place in the setup and settle before perhaps will be used more regularly. Good up play for an egg, laying it off. Here's traditional spot, leading the line. Frustration for Shipnowski. Tension's already simmering. It's the home side. Space here. Tempting one. Little optimistic from Alexander Lungwitz. More space ahead of him though. Full back, you're entitled to one of those per game at least. It opens up. They're able to keep the shot down though. One this time, Arminia, but much more success with that approach. Freiburg, meanwhile, avoiding the long ball wherever possible. Quarter of an hour in. This is the scoreline, 1-0 to the away side. Fans tentatively back into song and finding their voices again. We've been full too many times in recent years. First yellow card of the game. It's a way of Ryan Nils Johansson kicking the ball away. Silly booking to pick up. Totally unnecessary in truth. It's even a case of preventing a counter-attack. Trying to cost Arminia a couple of seconds now. Have to be careful for the remainder of the game. The wing. Noski brought down. Another. Oh, as the saying goes, Indonesia 1 and 2 come along at once, whether it's London buses or yellow cards. And the German third tier. Clumsy from Mika Bauer. Flying in from behind. Certainly a more clear-cut yellow than the one a few seconds before. High line being employed at Freiburg. Arminia will have to mirror that for now. We see this delivered in over the top. The attackers to run onto. Doesn't quite. Yeah, remember that initial red wall of players. It's back instead for a throw with Louis Oppi. Left back, set piece duty, at least when it favours a left footer. Lifted back in by Schreck. Half-hearted appeals, I think, from some of the home fans there. Nothing much in it. Ball comes out for a goal kick. Simi Belkaya himself on the turf. Taken short, and so Jantunen showing signs of pressure. Instantly being closed down by Bielefeld attackers. Out passes comfortably. Midfielder, the young keeper. It's his third appearance. Müller sprays it over to the right wing. Nicely brought down by Johansson. Takes on Oppi. It's out there though, and maybe an opportunity for Arminia to break. Players in the middle. Freiburg rushing to get back. Nicely pulled to the edge, and it is Oppi. It's blocked. It's weaker right foot. Again, a few appeals. Referee doesn't look interested. It's about as threatening as Arminia have looked in this opening 20 minutes. Varna able to get down the right wing, totally unchallenged. It's a shrug for support. He got it in the end from Hansen. It's back to the right back, and it's into the middle. The volley's wide. Madi Al-Gadi-Dui waiting in the middle, totally unmarked, but Gadiui unable to make the contact he would have wanted there. Very clearly to the body. Varna, I think, watched the replay back, and if it did catch a little bit of his arm, letting his arms by his side. Can't make the arms not exist. Ball rule has become a little convoluted in recent years. It's an impossible task for the governing bodies and the various refereeing associations to come up with a solution that everybody's happy with. Fine, pundits and fans complain either way. Arminia fans would definitely be complaining if concede a second. He's not far away from Gadiui. Awkward height for the volley, but would have wanted to have done better. Put out there. Seemingly in some discomfort. Kicks on. Check over. Varna. Clearly feels something. He's holding right ankle, I think. Is what is being checked over. Seemingly in some discomfort. See if we need an early change here, not even a quarter of the way into the game. Stays less of an effect. An unwanted early sub with 5 available in total from the 3. That was the case in decades past. Are able to go over to the touchline unaided. Hopefully able to continue. We're having a word with Serge Müller. Wishing him an early happy birthday. Müller turns 23 on Monday. Somewhat sportingly handed back to Freiburg. I think an attempt to pick it out for a goal kick instead. The defender, benefit of the doubt, so that wasn't any kind of attempted ploy. I've seen that a few times in recent years. Much debate around goal score from these kind of situations. There was one in the Scottish Premiership. They took it on and scored, and was then nearly swamped by the entire opposition. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. They are unaware that it had been put out. It was shown, and were allowed to score an equaliser. Now Arminia look for their equaliser. Noski switching wings as he likes, left to right to left again. Once again, final ball just lacking a little from the hosts. To be quite a fluid attacking setup for Arminia. Cardi and Winsheimer switching around, and Shimanoski and Yildirim switching wings as well. Something else that's become more popular in recent years. It keeps the defenders guessing. Historically, it's the old 4-4-2 traditional setup. Fullback felted the number of the winger. Be a long 20 minutes ahead, but potentially having to switch to youth threat and the inverted wingers, so prevalent these days, totally change for the defender. Yeah, here also trying to bring it out from the back, putting route one where possible. What they've done is give it away deeper into their own territory than may have been the case before. Four in the middle waiting here for Freiburg. Confusion, but just about cleared away by the Arminia backline in the end. Sitting back, every player in their own half currently. See if that becomes more the case if the scoreline remains as it is currently. To defend that lead and maybe snatch a second on the counter. They're away from home and they are looking for their first win of the new campaign. Bottom side coming in to this match. A win here moves them well up the table. 2 points to 5. Depending on other results, of course, it could move them even out of the relegation zone altogether. See if they can hang on, and Arminia seeming to grow into the game a bit now, finding their feet towards the back post, heading into a dangerous area. The side flag had gone up against Shimanoski. At least a better ball into the box. That had been the case previously in the match. Right idea to head it back across that 6-yard line. Back straight with the possession as well. Promising signs for Arminia now. Freiburg let this get away from them totally. That's not the dominant force in the first 20 minutes, but looked in control. More likely to add a second initially. Of course, natural to defend more once you have the lead, and particularly as the game drags on, but we're still very early in the proceedings here. You can't set out for the next hour to park the bus. Just invite pressure on yourselves if you do so. Nice ball from Antonin. That's a nice ball at the top, but Kersken equally lively at the other end, straight off his line. Snuff out the potential danger. So again from Arminia. This time battling. It's a throw. A chance of a long throw for Louis Hoppe here. Just into the area, but it's flicked on. Just wide. At the closest, the home side have come so far. Moved on the sidelines. Niati. Belkaya. To snap at it somewhat. He's taken off his toes. Just wide from the centre back. And again, Arminia on the attack. And again, into the danger area. Just not quite happening though. Freiburg somewhat hanging on. Seems to be untroubled by that knock was a little earlier. Pushing up a little higher now, pressing from the front to put pressure on Freiburg defence as they consistently play it out from the back. They're winning it a lot higher up the pitch now. The longest throw from Oppi. Can be such a dangerous weapon if you have someone on your team. Also, a dangerous weapon getting in behind, but once again, the offside flag coming up against Shivnowski. It's looking lively though. Wing up. Finding space. Needs to judge those. The timing of the runs a little better. Himself with a really clear-cut chance. The long throw, so difficult for defences to deal with. Trajectory, flat, of course not coming to the ground as any other set piece would. Popularised by Stoke City 15 years ago in the Premier League. It's got to the point where most teams rather have a player designated. We'll see later on if he was just holding back a little on that occasion. It's defending to do now though. Freiburg entering forwards for the first time in a while. Safe option chosen. Lintonen outside his area. Ross just about winning the battle there. Varna comfortably takes it past Biancardi. A little too much on the pass. Johansson keeps it in. Did well there. Perhaps he didn't quite keep it in. It's a good low ball in under the circumstances. It was cool. Not too contentious of a call though. Been very different. Ooh, found its way into the net. Ooh, whistles. The home fans, sure if they're frustrated. Side have looked better in the last 10 minutes or so. Understandable to some extent. But the tempers of Arminia Bielefeld fans run a little shorter than the average, watching your side your beloved club, as it will be for, imagine, pretty much everyone in the stands, remain devoted to their club through back-to-back relegations. They were playing top tier 2 years ago. It's every club relegated to the second tier will to bounce back immediately, but dream ending up relegated again. Surely started the campaign with the objective of returning to the Bundesliga, but they struggled, found themselves in the relegation playoff spot after winning just one of their final 8 games. That was what did it. 4-0 loss to FC Magdeburg on the final day sealed their fate. Against a stubborn Freiburg resistance here. Fortunately, they went from one 4-0 loss to another, thrashed by Wiesbaden. Same scoreline in the first leg of the playoff, and that ended up 6-1 on aggregate, and that is how they have found themselves in the Dritte Liga. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are back, and it remains 1-0 in Bielefeld. Yellow card handed out though. Sticking a leg out a little clumsily. Bielefeld join Freiburg in the referee's wrath. They could join them in scoring here. Noski tripped, and I imagine that will be yet another yellow. In the way of the captain, Fabian Rudlin. See, yes, the referee does have the yellow in his hand. There we go. Cutting inside, intentional or not. As I say, breaking down what was looking like a very promising attack from the home side. the players now in the referee's book. 3 Freiburg players already for the half-time break. And now a fairly dangerous free kick to deal with as well. Oppie giving the left-footed option. Captain Christopher Lanet. Right-footed one. And it is left to Lanet. To the back post and away. Oh, and that's a disappointing end to that chance for the hosts. Durham had options all around him. The lack of communication has been a problem at times for this freshly formed Arminia side. Had, I think, 4 blue shirts around the ball there. Had a red one in sight, but Durham, I'm sure he got something on the ball, but didn't find the pass and gave away a throw. Lovely touch there from Oppie on his weaker right foot under pressure. Last man. Jantunen away, actually halfway to the halfway line, I should say. Offside flag is potentially up anyway. Just a minute or so plus additional time remaining for Arminia to make good on the threat they've shown in the last 20 minutes. Another offside. Sam Johansson, guilty party. Arminia perhaps won't want this half to end the way it's been going. So, having said that, in turn in an instant, risky pass from Biancardi, really finding Maximilian Breunig through on goal. But it is Arminia on the attack. Well kept in, brilliantly done, and into the middle, and the volley is just over. Not quite for Winsheimer. Frustrated with himself. That easy a chance. It's brilliant work from Yildirim, certainly making amends. That mix up a minute or two ago. Meant to be a lost cause, but keep it in without committing the foul. Picked out teammates not far above the top right hand corner. Clap of the hands. Winsheimer, either maybe a little bit of applause and frustration. That frustration there coming out with a free kick given away. Claiming that they've been slightly subtly lashed out there by Lundvitz. Perhaps Bixel, who remains on the floor. Free. Let's have a word with the pair of them. Might just about avoid another yellow card. Hard feelings. Long by Jantunen. Be 2 minutes of additional time we've had. Almost 3/4 of that now, so at most one very last chance. If either of these sides is very quick. 2 seconds. Jantunen with the most convincing clearance of his first half. The foul there, I think, Szymanski, but he wasn't going to get it, and Freiburg with that final chance make the right choice here, cutting inside nicely. Left 2. Instead ended up Gadui fizzling out in the end. That should be that. Indeed, there is the half-time whistle. We are 1-0 to Freiburg 2 at the halfway point of this match, and you can hear the reaction from the Arminia faithful. And that faith certainly being tested. Poor start to the season. Coming off back-to-back relegations, they find themselves 1-0 down to the side that is admittedly, unexpectedly, but nonetheless, bottom of the table coming into this match day. Chance to equalise for that man, Manuel Winsheimer. Just hasn't gone the way of the hosts yet. They'll have to look to do something new, come up with something new in the second half. Grew into that first half, but punished early on for a lapse in concentration. Freiburg 1-0 up, 45 minutes remaining. Welcome back to Bielefeld for the second half of this Dritte Liga match between Arminia Bielefeld and Freiburg 2. It's 1-0 to the visitors. Freiburg at the halfway point. More disappointment for the Arminia home faithful. They did grow into the match, into that first half. Came close on a couple of occasions, particularly Manuel Winsheimer not quite finding the top corner. Nonetheless, they have to find a way to battle back in the second half if they are to avoid falling almost certainly into the relegation zone at the end of the match day. Only 1 point above it at kickoff, with three teams below them still to play, and Freiburg, who would of course take 3 points on bottom spot and join them on 5. Well, this is not where they hope to be, it's not where they expected to be. The top tier, the Bundesliga, just 2 seasons ago, they found themselves in the Dritte Liga, and now again could be an early relegation battle. And so responding with changes clearly. Here we'll see the introduction of Kaito Mizuta warming up. Needs to be seen who he'll be replacing. Mikel Niat responding to a slightly underwhelming first 45 from his 11. He provide the spark to kick Arminia into life. There's another substitute and another new face in Noah Sarenren-Bazi, who came on, and there he is, as if summoned, for 37. Maybe we'll be seeing him make another substitute appearance sooner rather than later here. It's a little later on in the previous game, but rescued a point against Victoria Cologne. Late headed equaliser. See if he can do something similar here. Along with Mizuta. In fact, it appeared to be a triple change. Fabian Kloss there as well, number 9. Mikel Niat ringing the changes at half-time. Desperate times, desperate measures, I suppose. See there that Yildirim is one of the players sacrificed. Marius Verl, another one, of course, picks up that yellow card. It's perhaps an obvious change for the 19-year-old. Didn't catch the 3rd number on the assistant's board, but probably to see soon enough. Either way, yet we'll hope you look attack and find at least an equaliser. So we're back underway. Referee blowing the whistle for the second time to start off the second half. Arminia Bielefeld themselves 1-0 down on home soil. To the frustration of their fans, who were cheered off at half-time, but started this half more impressively. Maybe Ankadi, right wing, threatening immediately. Now see the confirmation of that triple substitution. Yildirim sacrificed for Noah Sarenren-Bazi, goal scorer in the previous match. Rescued a draw, looking to do at least that again. And here he is, immediately featuring down the right wing. Fresh legs. Already plenty of youth on the pitch, but more so now. And there is the other introduction, Kaito Mizuta. 23-year-old Japanese. Born in Tokyo, Japan. He spent most of his senior footballing career in Germany, previously with Mainz. 66 appearances for the Mainz reserves. And another to join Arminia in the summer. Replaces Arias Vol. See there, Icardi stepping foot. Freiburg player. Maliciousness behind the incident, I think, and avoiding a yellow card from the referee. Final warning before he does enter the book, though. Will Bixel helping retrieve the ball and get warning, I think. In fact, he'll get a yellow card. The goal scorer enters the book as well. Freiburg collecting yellow cards. They're going out of fashion. Already in the first half, and Bixel adds his name to that list. Running Johansson, Bauer, and Rudlin. Needless as well. Grappling. And just obstructing Fabian Klos as he tried to retrieve the ball. Could argue it's a little soft, but the referee clearly not impressed to set out. You can expect shot from quite a range, deflected. I think for a corner. Strick. Sadly, without a Scottish accent. But pressing there with a long-range shot that's inside a corner. Lay it down. Just here. Ball was not looking overly well. So if anything is was the issue, but the medics on quickly to check over Gerrit Golka. It's a little wobbly. Just too much in the way of half-time refreshments. Scored on his home debut in that 4-0 win on match day 2, and then again on match day 4. 2 goals for the centre-back. Take it on the chest there as he knocked it down. And that was what knocked the wind out of him. He'll be fine to continue. Going from Rudolf Mannheim this summer, 2 in 5 appearances before today. So 2 yellow cards. Rather, a 3rd goal and the 3rd booking. See if he's back on. Potentially get on the end of this corner. It wasn't him. It was Nicholas Shipnowski. Very difficult volley. Down from a great height. So returning to a great height. Fortunately for the winger, the effort. Born on New Year's Day, Shipnowski. Arminia surely with some new half resolutions in this game, if not this season, with a resolve to improve upon showing produced so far. It's been a better start to the second half than it was to the first for the home side. Zuta quite the first of that ball. Freiburg to bring it away. Struggling to get into the Arminia half. That's a lovely through ball. Oh, and just not finding his strike partner. Serena and Bazzi equalised last time out. He was unselfish this time. The angle narrowing. It's a lovely through ball. Finding the gap in the defence. Yes, with a narrow angle, choosing the unselfish option. Not picking out Kloss in the middle. Slid in. Couldn't stretch a leg just far enough for an equaliser. Better signs though. Arminia's fans sounding a little more optimistic. Niats, time changes to have had the desired effect. Look, renewed, rejuvenated. Kloss, Mizuta, Serena and Bazzi involved early on. A few chances and so a yellow card for the opposition. Miopi with the long throw again. A little further away, brought down by the left back and lifted back in the general direction of the area, but it's blown for a Freiburg free kick. Timer also removed at half-time. He'll be disappointed to have found the net, having gone close. Still waiting for his first goal this season. His first goal for Arminia is on loan from Nuremberg. 24 years of age and plenty of experience in the youth level at Germany. 31 appearances and 9 goals for the German youth set up between under 15 and under 21. Not on the score sheet today. Now it's down to his replacements. Just that. That's good work from one of them. Bazzi again, causing trouble on that right wing. The older members of the youthful squad, ripe old age of 27, Serena and Bazzi. To be a broken record, but another new signing in the summer. Arminia started from scratch, going from Augsburg to 4 years there, to Hanover before that. The only one. Oppi also joined from Hanover's reserves this summer. Frustration growing again amongst the home fans as Lungwitz slowly makes his way to the touchline. I mean that the visitors are at a numerical disadvantage, at least for a few seconds, and Arminia make the most of it. Not quite again. Header Noski across Freiburg area, not finding Kloss. Once again, a little too far back. Freiburg will now make their first change. It's like another at least double substitution. As Ambros makes his way to the sidelines, the Czech, the Wolfsburg man. The number 19 comes on in his place. Rubari. Julian Stark as well. Fresh legs for Freiburg. Where are those of the opposition? Maybe touchdown feeling like the game was getting away from his side a bit. It's the way he had been moving in the latter stages of the first half. Certainly picks up where they left off, Arminia. Combination of Rudlin and first involvement for Bilbari. Not quite able, kept in. Bilbari now fulfilling his defensive duties as well. Said they couldn't sit back and defend for an hour, Freiburg, but they may not have parked the bus, but they've definitely been playing cautiously for a long time now. Could they strike on the break though? Cutting inside, free kick in a very dangerous area. Immediately involved, Julian Stark. The successful substitution from men on the touchline. Christopher Lanet, right back. What could prove to be a costly foul. Antonin even further upfield than is often the case. Number Kersken getting the wall set up as he sees fit. Surely be a strike at goal from this range. There's Mika Bauer selected to provide it. Bauer straight into the wall. The chance from range, and it's just wide. I had the fans in the stands as well as myself guessing there. They hit the stanchion at the back of the goal, nestled on the wrong side of the net, just on the edge of shot. And with yet another change, 4 already made before the hour mark. Whistling just past the post. Kersken wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, in truth. It's just wide. Hardy makes way for Leandro Putaro. Another attacking change for Arminia as they set about an equaliser. Freiburg finding way back into the game now. Bazi well to retain possession. Trek. Freiburg perhaps hanging on, but they've shown what they can do on the counter. Arminia will have to be careful. Can't risk conceding a second. And Search there first. Forward by Kersken. Zuta. Impressed by the referee's decision there. Free up. Berg to move up the pitch. It's the pressure a little. Nicely worked. It's away. Bilbari. Space here on the right for Johansson. Cuts inside. Shoots with his left and finds the bottom corner. And for all their threat, Arminia do concede a second. Thomas Stamm on the sidelines. Not a huge amount of emotion visible, but I'm sure inside a fair amount of relief. Been up against it. But Ryan Nils-Johansson was offered space and he made the most of it. The daisy cutter cutting into the heart of Arminia. And the pain just doesn't end for those in Bielefeld in blue. Now 2-0 down with just half an hour remaining. They had been on top at least the final 15 minutes of the first half and the first 15 minutes of the second half. But just a moment at the back, switching off. Louis Oppi offering too much space to his opposite number. Johansson allowed to cut inside onto his left. Drilling it past Jonas Kasken. Now, Arminia's task is twice as hard. Niats changes at half-time. To a desired effect. Threatened. He added a force in the shape of Guitaro, but then it's instantly gone wrong. Now it's Freiburg on the attack again. Again, disbelieving, perhaps not quite silence, it feels that way. Falls upon Schuko Arena. There's so much disappointment for the Arminia fans over the last couple of years. There's a false start, perhaps, in the shape of that 4-0 thrashing. Their first home game of the campaign. He looked so rosy on match day 2. Four past Preußen Münster. Szymanowski with the brace. They're in Golka. Since then, 1-1 draw. Jan Regensburg and now 2-0 down. Sometimes you can afford to be troubled on your travels. You're solid at home, but Arminia are even struggling on their own turf. We do have a free kick here though. Chance to halve the deficit. Lifted in by Oppi. Headed away. Not convincingly, still scrambling in the box. Freiburg do eventually clear, and they'll look to counter again. Not allowed to though. Szymanowski, the man with the challenge. Antonin still down. That melee in the area. I think a hand to the face there maybe. From big Fabian Klos. Get back to his feet, but the whistles from the crowd. Freiburg will take their time. They're given the opportunity to do so. So it wasn't Klos, but the assist on the jump, if you will. of course, blow to the head, rightfully. And a lot of attention these days. Growing caution around head injuries and concussions in football, rightly so. Of course, have to err on the side of caution. So Jantunen, he checks by the medics any signs of concussion and could even enforce a change, but looks okay to continue as far as we can tell. The young Finn, 2/3, in fact 3/4 now of the way to a clean sheet. It will be important for him and his club. With Freiburg for just over 12 months, joined from HJK. His native Finland. Perhaps provided the opportunity to show what he can do after that injury to normal first choice keeper Naphoff last time out. So often the way with goalkeepers, of course, only one spot on the pitch, so youngsters rarely get the opportunities, and quite often you'll see a changing of the guard. The senior keeper gets injured, a new man comes in and does a stellar job. Jantunen has done everything to be asked of him so far. Composed on the ball, out some impressive passes in his own half, and so far led any of Arminia's shots past him. On the other end is Kersken, gathering that one up comfortably enough. Another on loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach this time. Dogged work from Fabian Klos. And the Ultras remain in the stands, continue to fly the flag. I heard what they thought at half-time, and I can't imagine the reception at full-time will be much kinder if it ends like this. For now, continue to try and build up their players. It's not over. A lot can happen in 20 or so minutes in a football match. As perfectly demonstrated there, spilled by Jantunen. Just about doing enough in the end. Pats on the back all round for the young keeper. It's crossed in. Save. In fact, a double save. I actually thought that came off the woodwork. I think there are appeals there. It's crossed the line. This will be the best angle. Perhaps it won't be. Shipnowski aiming. And his follow-up across the line, but I don't think it was possible. Jantunen was lying on top of it. And he narrowly hangs on to a clean sheet. Good initial save. He did parry it to the feet of an attacker, but making amends for that with the second save. It's all change again. Another double change for the visitors. Patrick Lienhardt coming on for Brunig. Armenia's final change set to be made as well. 20 minutes still to play in this match. Nassim Ujelab 10 waiting on the sidelines. Now on the pitch. Mikel Niat will have to hope for injuries or sendings off in the remaining 20 minutes. He'll have to deal with them with one arm tied behind his back, if not both. No changes left. At the moment though, it's all hands to the pump. Nothing left to lose, 2-0 down with 20 minutes remaining. Deciding make every change possible. See the urgency now in the Arminia players. Quickly over to take the corner there. For Lanet. There's Johansson. Made way. Goal scorer for Pascal Fallmann as well for Freiburg. Frustration for Kloss. Frustration in the stands. It's Fallmann. Just mentioned. It's his side, a free kick. First to the header. Big number 9. Battering. To Fallmann. It was Louis Oppi, the left back, who's made way for Bujalab. So, an attacking change, the left back off for a midfielder. Bujalab, Moroccan international, was born in Germany. To see if he can have an impact on the game now. Dual citizenship. 3 caps for the Moroccan national side. To produce a goal for his country, but produced one for Schalke where he started out. Back in blue again. And to repeat that feat, the Arminia colours. Back Lanet. With what could be a long throw. Was not quite able to flick it on. Back goes short this time. Easily flicked on. Referee, I think, actually giving a yellow card for diving here. You can hear the reaction of the crowd. Really deeming that to be simulation from Bujalab. Talk about what impact he would have. That is not, he would have been hoping, expecting. From his first involvement to say if there was a touch between himself and Bouabari, although substitute, it was a very minor one. Referee decisive, producing the yellow. Not too often you see a yellow handed out for simulation. Just adds to the woes. A difficult day once again for Arminia. Crowd. So they had a penalty there. For a second, Bouabari thought he'd given away a penalty or a kick just outside the box. It's going in the opposite direction. But Luka Bauer currently down, but game continues. So Arminia here with space. Bounce falls kindly. Lead up on the edge for Shipnowski. His shot blocked by Bouabari. Lifted in. Finally cleared away by Bauer. He's back up to his feet. Kiersken this time, the man. The gloves practically on the halfway line. As The opposite number has been found a couple of times. Falling back into the holding pattern of Arminia. Most of the attacking will surely remain the case for the final quarter of an hour. Always getting one back though, sooner rather than later. It's not a bad delivery. Zuta picks it up on the edge of the area. It's a corner. Once again, play it down. Golka again in the wars today. What is dramatic shot we got of him on the ground this time, but he has, I think, a bit bloodied by that contact. Red tint to the end of his nose to be patched up. So now it will be Arminia, man light for a few moments. Lanet on corner duty. To back post. He's back in. Zuta. This time lays it up for Lanet. It's going to go all the way out though. Captain not able to lead by example. To the head of Kloss. This has been the case more than one occasion since he was introduced at half time. Defiant, the Arminia fans sing on. At least they're seeing some good football. Once again, it's confidence, presence of mind, acceleration. Prevent Bielefeld potentially getting an on goal there. With a throw and a chance to ease the pressure on his side a bit by punching the ball on the pitch. Space here, and maybe a chance for third, looking for the reverse pass. Shots miscued in the end. A little disappointed with that perhaps. Yui. First pass was a nice idea, but maybe the shot is the better choice. Now, Zuta to thread the needle. Moved out the way, this will certainly be a long throw. It's into the box. Flicked on by Belkai, he's almost operating a temporary striker now. As Arminia throw everything forwards at every opportunity. Nice turn, great work by Sarem Rambazi. Remains with Arminia here. Lanet not able to keep it in though. The minutes, the seconds ticking away. Chances of a already unlikely comeback for Arminia are diminishing. Freiburg doing what they have to do. They'll drop deeper. They can survive another 5 minutes without conceding one. I think they'll fancy their chances, particularly if the deliveries only of that standard. Mizuta hitting his left. working out for Jantunen. Hasn't worked too hard these 80 minutes. That double save. It's most impressive involvement. Can he be called upon here though? Here comes Arminia Bielefeld, and again trying to find the man in the middle. This time it was Shipnowski once again. Doesn't quite manage it, just ahead of Shipnowski. So close, sliding in. Really close to taking out Jantunen in the process. Threatened at times. Shipnowski looked very lively early on, a little more anonymous. That's his side have actually done more attacking. From Fortuna Dusseldorf this summer. Spent last season on loan at Regensburg. Race on match day 2. Not been able to add to it here. One of his teammates, unfortunately for Arminia. The free kick here. Kaskin. Finds Lanette. Remember Bazzi again. So I wonder whether he should have started. He's made a big impact on that right wing since he was introduced. Another promising looking free kick here. Manhandled by Joel Bixel. Well, one of those two looked more likely to get on the score sheet before this game kicked off. Surely expected it to be Arminia Bielefeld. He did start on the bench, but it was Joel Bixel. Found the opener to just 10 minutes. Now with 10 minutes remaining, Arminia desperate to find their first. It's fired in with pace. Put away. Spaced on the edge from Mizuta. Again, a few appeals for handball, but only half-hearted ones. Mizuta. Still, it won't break for Arminia. Still, a few appeals come, but still, the referee waves play on. Moved forwards by Kersken, almost all the way to Kloss. It's a round of applause from the number 9. Wasn't far away, bringing that down. See there, block. A penalty for me. The final change to be made for Freiburg as well. Marco Vorner coming on in place of Hamadi Al-Gadioui, the youngster, born at 18 years of age. It's 19, a week or so's time. Has been solid since he came on. Done his job, one scare. It's really kind of away a empty or dangerous free kick. Defensive reinforcements have done their job. So it's that man Jantunen couldn't quite prevent the corner on that occasion. Will be Lanette with the corner again. A good area, the header drifts wide from Arminia Bielefeld. Surely that was the chance. If they retained any hope of a late comeback, that had to go in. most recent goal scorer. They're near enough free header 6 yards out. Some days it's just not your day. The forward saw his attempt drift wide. Surely Arminia saw the last hopes, glimmers of hope fizzle out. Of course, they won't give up though until the final whistle. The game does appear a little stretched considering Freiburg are sitting deep for the most part. Here's the danger on the counter. It's the substitutes. Warner able to remain on side. Again, it's route one from Kersken. Once again, it's cleared by Freiburg. Now it's Freiburg. Free kick in a threatening position. Goal cut. This time dishing out the punishment rather than retaining it. See, it's patched up nose there, sporting a little bit of blood. Arminia have been bloodied and bruised today. Needless intrudes from Gurka to the back of Lienhardt. Now those final seconds will tick away with Arminia on the defensive. Still they wait. Lienhardt is dealt with by the medics. Neck or back issue caused by a jolt from behind from Gulka. All the defender's done is allow the opposition to kill a couple of minutes and edge ever closer to what is surely going to be their first victory of the season now. Mikel Niat did all he could. Triple substitution at half-time, which looked to have changed momentum in the game, potentially changed the narrative. You would see Freiburg making their opportunities count, taking them. Now able to kill the final few seconds in the corner of the pitch. Only stoppage time to survive and a 2-goal cushion. Two-goal deficit, if it ends like this, won't quite be enough to move Freiburg above Arminia in the league table. Be 1 goal in it in the goal difference, both level on points. But the momentum it will give to Freiburg. Their look to recover. It's been an awful start to the campaign. Could be immeasurable. And the damage it could do Arminia also would be noteworthy. They'll have to try and bounce back again in a week's time. Be taking on to Hacking on Friday. Have 6 minutes of additional time. It's maybe the faintest glimmer of hope with 5 minutes to try and rescue something here for the home fans. Erskine sends it all the way once again. Bazi all the way back to him. Erskine, Dusseldorf. A German father and an English mother. German at heart. Of course, Armenian at heart. It will be painful for him to see on his side. 2 down once again. I think Anton not quite able once again to prevent the corner. 3.5 minutes remain. Annette wants to get on with it. Not to wait. We have seen dramatic 2-goal turnarounds in stoppage time before. Perhaps most famously, Manchester City won the title. It's a decade ago now. Have to be something of that level, and we talk about it being your day or not. Somehow Jantunen retained his clean sheet despite carrying the ball onto the underside of the bar there. The header, I think, straight at the young keeper, but it bounced back down into his thankful grasp. Challenged, going down there. Shipnowski, understandably perhaps, throwing himself at the ball in case the keeper hadn't got it under full control. Needed apologies, but that kind of sums it up for Armenia. They've had their opportunities and threatened on occasion, but it's just not happened for them on this day, whether it's a case of the final ball lacking, final effort lacking, or a touch of luck as we've seen there. Take nothing away from Freiburg. They have taken their opportunities. Even that one, not really an opportunity. It might have found its way into the unguarded Armenian net if it had a little bit more power. That's come way off his line and poofed over his head nearly. Would have been salt applied to the Armenia wound. I don't get the decision again there. 90 seconds remaining. The job is surely now done for Freiburg. Continue running aggressively. It's great work. Right, Mika Bauer has been on the full 95 minutes. Bring that ball back. Will only be time for one more Armenia attack at most. Chance for consolation. But you get the feeling that today is not the day that it's going to come. Done it. One final delivery from that right wing, and it's still pushed away by Jantunen. Another header on target. This time Fabian Klos finally gets on the end. One of the deliveries into the middle, and yet still Armenia can't find the net. Jantunen parrying it away well this time. Not forced to produce the double save. He's determined to keep that clean sheet, whether or not it would affect the final result. And he has done so. Freiburg 2, score 2. Arminia Bielefeld, score 0. It is 2-0 the final score. You can see and hear what the Arminia faithful think of another loss, their first on home soil of the season. Sour faces, crossed arms. And as mentioned earlier, they could well find themselves in the relegation zone by the end of the match day. That moves Freiburg out of the relegation zone, a second goal enough. They will jump above Borussia Dortmund 2 into 16th place. One place outside the drop zone, at least for now. Dortmund still to play later in the weekend, as are Ingolstadt and Preußen Münster. But nonetheless, the slump arrested for Freiburg. They can look forwards now and hope to build on this first victory of the campaign. Arminia will have to put another disappointing result behind them as they now potentially move into the relegation zone for what would be a third back-to-back relegation. Long way to go though. Match day 6, 2-0 to Freiburg. Final score.